Hello, my name is Yasmin and welcome to Yoga with Yaz. Today we're going to be running through some sun salutations followed by a dancer pose. So have a lie flat on your back if you're ready to get into it, and we'll start with a short warm-up. If you'd like a longer warm-up, then please feel free to pause now and maybe check out one of my other warm-up flows. Otherwise, flat on your back and just hugging your knees gently, rocking slightly side to side, just a couple of centimeters, lowering, warming up the lower back. Bring the arms out nice and wide, and then let your legs fall towards the left-hand side. Now you can choose to take a static version of this gentle spinal twist. Maybe you put a bolster underneath your knees if this stretches too much, or you might straighten the top leg if you would like it to be more of a stretch. Otherwise, if you keep the legs bent and keep your core nice and strong to protect your lower back, only if it's within your practice, you can engage the core and let your legs fall over to the right-hand side and just take a couple of rocks side to side. You're not going all the way to the ground, about 45 degrees away from the earth, and just massaging the lower back, mobilizing the hips. Again, the core is turned on nice and strong here. Just gently rolling side to side. If you've chosen to take a static one, you can switch over to that left-hand side stretch so that your legs fall to the right-hand side with the top leg either straight or with a bolster underneath it, and then feeling the stretch down the left-hand side of your body. And in your own time, you can come back to center, give the legs another little hug, place the heels down nice and close to your pelvis, hands on either side, and then engage your glutes to squeeze your pelvis up towards the sky, activating the glute muscles and protecting the spine. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale to lower back down. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale to lower. One more inhale to lift, and if you'd like, you can interlock your hands underneath and then lift yourself up nice and tall onto those shoulders, tucking the shoulder blades back and down. The neck is relaxed, the glutes are squeezing. And then slowly lower down as you exhale. Give the knees another little bit of a hug. Then straighten your legs all the way out. Stretch your arms above you as far as you can, your legs out as far as you can, and just feel the stretching through the entire spine and arms. And then you can come back to center if you like and give the wrists a bit of a roll, maybe even the feet. Or you can do just your wrists and then your feet, depending on your coordination level. Get some nice big circles to warm up your wrists and your ankles for the flow. And then make sure you go the other direction as well. So just flip that around now. Just focus in on your breathing, in through your nose and out through your nose. And then in your own time, you can come over onto all fours into your tabletop. Core nice and strong, wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Take a little bit of a wiggle side to side, maybe a circle one way and then a circle the other. Then come back to stillness. Inhale to look upwards, and then exhale as you curl underneath for a couple of cat-cows. Inhale, opening. Exhale, curling back under. Inhale to look up. Exhale to close down. Coming back to center, big toes come together, knees come out a little bit wider, and then just sinking down into a child's pose. Taking a breath here, breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Inhale to lift and bring the right leg forward, lifting the chest up nice and tall, just a gentle stretch through the front of the left leg, and maybe in the right adductor you might be feeling it. Shoulders are away from your ears, the core's turned on. And if you like, you can take the right hand to the right knee and just gently move that hip inside and out, just if it feels right for you today. And then exhale, walking backwards. And you can point and flex the toes for a bit more of a dynamic warm-up through the hamstring. Inhale to come forward, that right leg swings behind. And then just take another breath, another little wiggle. Breathing in and out. And then inhale the left leg forward this time. So nice and low. You can lift up. You're using blocks if that's more comfortable for you for this little low lunge. Just dropping the pelvis down, keeping the chest lifted up. And you can scrunch the toes forward to walk your foot if you're needing to open up a bit more if your foot's too far back. And you can take that left hand to the left knee and gently, just a little bit of a sway in and out. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And then on your next exhale, walking backwards to a little half split for the left-hand side and just point and flex the toes as we warm up through here. Breathing in and out. Then walking towards the front of the mat, just into a gentle forward fold, but we're going to be dynamic here as well. We're just bending and flexing the knees as we're a little bit rounded, but supporting our spine, keeping the core turned on, just bending and flexing, almost like you're going to sit down into a seat, but you're forward fold. And then just coming to stillness, hold onto the elbows. You can take a sway side to side. Just a gentle ragdoll. And then let the arms sink to the floor. And then inhale as you rise up towards the sky. Arms coming above, squeezing the glutes. Exhale, lowering down. And even interlock the hands behind. On your next inhale, opening the chest, looking up towards the sky. And exhale to release. If you're not at the front of your mat, just stepping forward, reset your posture, tuck your pelvis under, toes nice and wide, fingers open out to the sides. Ground yourself, take a breath in and out. We're going to run through 10 sun salutations today. We're going to take this at a relatively fast pace, but you can slow it down if you need to. The first 5, we're going to start with the lower options, and you can take whatever other options that you need. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale as you fold forward. Inhale for a halfway lift, either taking the option of your fingers floating on the ground, nice and flat through the back, hands to the shins or hands to the thighs, wherever is right for you today. And then exhale as you step backwards and then drop down to your knees. So again, the knees option is going to be that more beginner option, bending the elbows to lower all the way down to the ground. And then inhale for your baby cobra. Now we want to make sure we're using our back muscles, squeezing our glutes. Lift your hands up just to check yourself. Nice and strong through there. And then tucking the feet under. Exhale as you lift up into your downward facing dog. Ground yourself again, anchor onto the ground, suction cup your fingers and toes, and maybe just walk your heels, walk the dogs, tilt the pelvis up to the sky. Breathing in and out. And if at any point you're feeling that you don't want to do another downward facing dog, you can take a tabletop position or even a child's pose, or even a corpse pose if you just want to listen in. Walking towards the front of the mat for your next inhale, halfway lift. Flattening the back, exhale, folding forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky, squeezing the glutes. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, you can swan dive where those arms come back and behind you as you fold forward. Inhale, flattening through your back. Exhale, stepping backwards, lowering the knees to the ground, and then all the way to the earth. Inhale for your baby cobra, squeezing the glutes. Lift your hands to check yourself. And then tucking the feet under, 1 foot at a time, lifting up as you exhale into your downward facing dog. And walk the dogs a moment, still warming up here. Breathing in and out, sink a little deeper. Walking towards the front of the mat. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky, squeezing the glutes. You don't need to fold backwards here. You can just stay straight up. Exhale, lower the arms down. Inhale, arms sweep up towards the sky. And then exhale, you can bring your arms forward if you prefer, instead of the swan dive. Forward fold then comes into a halfway lift, your choice. And then exhale, stepping back, knees lower down to the earth, all the way down to the ground. Roll the shoulders back and down as you inhale for your baby cobra. Lift the hands to check yourself. Tucking the feet under, lift up into your downward facing dog. Breathing in and out. Maybe your pelvis tilts a little bit higher towards the sky. Walking towards the front of the mat. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, lower down. The fingers are back out to the side. Reset your posture. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, folding forward. This is number 4. Inhale for a halfway lift, flattening the back. Exhale, stepping backwards, lowering the knees to the earth. Bend the elbows backwards, all the way to the ground. Inhale for your baby cobra, squeeze the glutes, anchor those back muscles into place. Exhale, lifting up into your downward facing dog. Breathing in and out. And then walking towards the front of your mat. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, float the arms down. Inhale, arms come up towards the sky. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale for a halfway lift. Then exhale, stepping backwards. I'm going to lower the knees to the ground one more time for number 5. All the way to the earth. Shoulders back and down as we inhale for our baby cobra. Exhale, tuck the feet under, pelvis lifts up towards the sky, downward facing dog. Breathing in and out. Walking towards the front of the mat. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. And exhale, float the arms down. Roll your shoulders back and down. Reset yourself. Core is strong. Glutes are activated. Breathing in and out. So now we're going to take the high plank option on our toes, if that's in your practice today. Inhale, swoop the arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale for a halfway lift, flattening the back. Exhale, stepping backwards. If you'd like to stay on your toes with me, you can. Otherwise, take knees, anchor the spine nice and straight like a pole. Your weight shift forward slightly, and the elbows bend backwards still, but only to 90 degrees. And then we inhale as we sweep through, tucking the feet one at a time into our upward facing dog. Knees are off the ground. Squeeze the glutes. Exhale, feet tuck under, 1 foot at a time as we lift into our downward facing dog. Breathing here, breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Walking towards the front of the mat. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, arms sweep up towards the sky. Upward salute, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, arms fall down, 4 left. Inhale, arms come up towards the sky. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale for a halfway lift, flattening the back. Exhale, stepping back, knees or toes. If you're on your toes, shift that weight forward, chaturanga. Inhale for your upward facing dog or baby cobra, squeezing the glutes, tucking the feet under, 1 foot at a time. Lifting up as you exhale into your downward facing dog. Breathing in and out. Walking towards the front of the mat. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, arms sweep up towards the sky. And exhale, fold those arms down to your sides. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, folding forward, 3 left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, stepping backwards, knees or toes, lowering down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, pushing back, downward facing dog. Breathing in and out. Walking towards the front of the mat. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, arms sweep up towards the sky. Exhale, arms fold down. Only 2 left. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale for your halfway lift of choice. Exhale, stepping backwards, knees or toes. Shift the weight forward if you're on your toes. Lowering down, and then inhale for your baby cobra or upward facing dog. Shoulders away from the ears, and then exhale to lift back to your downward facing dog. Breathing in and out. Walking towards the front of the mat. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, arms sweep up towards the sky. Exhale, arms come down. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, folding forward, our last one. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, stepping backwards, knees or toes, chaturanga, lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, back into your downward facing dog. Breathing in and out. And then walking towards the front of the mat. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, arms sweep up towards the sky. Exhale, float the arms down. Interlock the hands behind you. Draw those shoulders away from your ears. Take a breath in. And then exhale, just gently fold forward if it feels right for you. And you can lift your hands up towards the sky, just as far as is comfortable. Just stretching and opening the shoulders. Breathing here. And then exhale to lower the hands down. Inhale, rolling the spine all the way back up. So we're going to come into our dancer pose now. Now you don't need to do a dancer pose if that's not within your practice today. Shift your weight towards that center part of your mat. If you would prefer, you can hold onto a wall, you can hold onto a pole for stability, and you can choose to just do a quad stretch if you like. This is a great starting point. This is fantastic for balance. You can just stand on that left foot, gently holding onto the right foot. The chest is lifted up tall. Like, this is the starting point, really. You need to be able to do this one before you're pushing up into your dancer pose. And if you feel unstable, again, standing next to a wall or holding onto a pole for a little bit of stability. Shoulders back and down. This is a great way to start stretching out through the quads and the hip flexor, lifting the chest up. And then from here, if you would like to come into your dancer pose, what you're going to do is you're going to shift your hand to the inside of that right arch. The shoulder, again, activated, pulling away. Spread the toes out wide on that left foot for stability. Find a spot to focus on. Maybe even bring that left hand forward so you can balance yourself. You can bring the thumb and the index finger together. Start pushing that right foot into your right hand as you start to tilt your weight forward. If you're just a little bit into it, that's okay. Every time you try it, you'll get a little bit further, you get a bit more stable. You're really activating your glute and pulling your core in to protect your lower back. Start to shift and shift that weight forward. Looking either towards the fingers or find a spot on the ground, and then kicking a little bit higher, activating just as far as is comfortable for you. One side might be a bit easier for you, or it could be quite challenging. Just give that a shot as far as it feels right for you. You can try as many times as you would like. Just lifting and then kicking that foot into it. It's okay if you fall out to it, you can just try it again. But lifting up nice and tall. And we're going to switch over to the other side. Again, you can hold onto the left foot and just take a quad stretch if that's more comfortable for you. Pulling the foot in towards the hand. The chest is lifted tall, and that quad stretch is absolutely fine. Hold onto a wall if that's more comfortable, or a pole. Whatever you need for today's practice. And if you are wanting to shift into the dancer pose, again, set the toes nice and spread out, anchoring onto the earth, holding onto the inside part of that left foot with the left hand. Lift the chest up, bring the right hand towards you, start looking towards and start kicking that gently. Right hand, right foot connected as you tilt and lean forward. Keeping that knee just slightly soft on the right hand side, pushing the hand in and trying to keep your pelvis a little square to the ground if you can. Find a spot to focus on, or looking at the fingers and just tilting as far as is comfortable. You don't have to get very far into it, but just what is right for you today as you build up your dancer pose. Nice chest heart opener. And again, if you fall out of it, you can just try again and try again. So reset yourself, ground yourself. Shoulders back and down, lifting and kicking a little bit further, leaning forward. And you might find that every time you try it, it gets a little bit easier. Now, if that is it for you today and you would like to finish your practice here, that is absolutely perfect. Otherwise, you could choose to take a short cool down. You can lay and do a spinal twist, or maybe you're going to run into another flow as well, or maybe even some more sun salutations. You could challenge yourself and do 20 sun salutations. I hope that you've enjoyed today's yoga flow. If you have any questions, queries, or feedback, please let me know in the comments. I'll get back to them as soon as I can. Otherwise, I will see you next week for the next free weekly yoga flow.